Welcome everyone to Final Fantasy Randomizer Spring Tournaments. We are going with Dengwoo and BurtReynoldz. It's one of the 32 seeds, and we got myself, Nightmare Phoenix, and Trenton in the booth.
This is fun. It's an interesting matchup. Of course, a couple of very veteran runners. BurtReynoldz, a little bit newer than Dengwoo. I think by about a year and a half, maybe two even. I'm not sure, just off the top of my head. But Burt has been a force to be reckoned with ever since he came into the Final Fantasy scene. Dengwoo, of course, a very experienced player and loves to game on. He does a lot of pickup racing and stuff like that. So it's a fascinating matchup, and these two could put on a great show for us.
Absolutely. The draft that they went with here was out of Deng, we got a Thief and Black Mage, and Burt started off the draft with a Fighter and then finished off with a Red Mage. So we have a lot of magical capabilities. Considering our Blursing, we got our Fighter with Black Mage spells, but minus 10 Vitality. Our Thief has 15 Agility, but doesn't get any spells when they promote. Red Mage, 15 Vitality, minus 10 Agility, and the Black Mage can wear Red Mage armor, and they're slightly less lucky at minus 5. So it's going to be a healthy, it's definitely a healthy party, and we're going to have some decent spells to toss around, especially if Black Magic rolls really nicely.
Burt is very much a fan of doing a drafted party. He doesn't like to run a different party than his opponent. He wants both to be on the same, so no surprise to see a draft there. So he's very big on the idea of let's run the same stuff, and I think I'll out-execute you. Dengwoo, he plays such a variety that I feel like the more chaotic this situation is, the more that'll help him.
And they're off. Our first scope of white magic is Fog, Wall, Harm, and A-Rub. Not great. And then hold white.
That'll do some nice early damage.
Zap is going to be great. Zap is great to find early on. Not very many things resist it. And you have a chance to just destroy a whole group of anything quite quickly. So at least Garland and the Pirates are going to be easy. And then we got a Chain plus 3 armor. Man.
That's going to be some good early absorb.
Especially since 3 out of our 4 party members can wear it.
Silver Helmet there for sale as well is actually as good as you're going to do absorb-wise pre-promotion. At least in the vanilla game, you could still get a wood helmet plus 4 or something like that, but that silver is good absorb.
Alright. And this seed was rolled by the wonderful and infamous Danny. So let's see if we get Imps with Death. Now they got Silence, so that's fun.
Imps, there's a bunch of them, so in the early game, you're kind of hoping they don't do something really nasty to slow you down. If you're trying to sweep them out with the Lit 2, that Silence can mess you up if they happen to target your Black Mage, but level 3 for Dengwoo is going to make the early game a little bit easier. Also a little bit easier, a little bit of lunch money, 2,300 from that Temple of Fiends chest Burt picked up. He's not going to bother saving, though. He's just going to go straight in to the Garland fight.
He picked up plenty of magic, just a lot of lightning. Garland's not going to be long for this world.
I'm almost surprised he didn't go with Zap. He's blasting the lightning magic, but he gets there in one round.
Always
and
good.
We'll soon find out what the King and Princess have for us.
Well, the King has a rod, and the Princess has a canal. So add that to our pre-existing canoe, and we have the means to almost get out of the inner sea. But it's definitely pointing us out as soon as possible, since we got that early rod.
Ants from Wolves. That's going to make a couple early dungeons unpleasant. You're not going to want to go into Earth Cave at low levels, even with that rod. Even a walk to Marsh Cave isn't going to be fun. Hey, and now they're going to give us the cold shoulder.
Dengwoo not happy about that. He's like, oh, this is fun, great, awesome, love this.
Now, this is why the veteran move comes in, because Dengwoo saved before going into Temple of Fiends exactly for that reason. If something comes up to stop you, it's just a quick walk right back there.
Yeah, even though the walk is kind of short, you don't want to have to retread this this pathing every 3 minutes because you get wiped out. Housing market, not bad, 1522 per house. And heal pots at 17, which is always nice as well. So,
Race on the heels.
Absolutely. It looks like so far shop stuff is pretty nice.
Also, take a moment and say a big thank you to Lord of the Synth doing our restreaming and Shadowed for doing the tracking. Always appreciated. I have a long-standing tradition of saying hi to Lord of the Synth every time I see him, because I'll catch him on other random events we both happen to be watching at the same time. We got to know each other because of one of the spring tournaments, but cool dude. Always enjoy bumping into him when it happens.
There's so far so many great people in this community. It's been a blast to be a part of it, and I'm excited for our next big tournament after the spring tournament.
Another savvy veteran move there for Dengwoo, buying a couple soft potions, and see if Burt did the same thing. But just having a couple in your inventory is always good preparation to set you up for random getting stunned 4 floors into a dungeon and you don't want to reset out of it. Hey, you got a soft potion to restore yourself.
Especially since if you don't pick them up in Corneria, there's a good chance that it might happen later on, and then you go to the nearest town, no soft anywhere. Ooh, Nuke.
Well, they're only for
3.
Yeah, Nuke is always very hyped to have in the first 4 levels. It's going to be very useful.
You were saying something about soft being available?
Oh, it's only available at 2 shops. 2 item shops in the game, because in the vanilla they were for sale at Elfland and I believe Gaia. Could be wrong on that, but I have Gaia stuck on my mind for that. So it's shuffled in the world from just those 2, so it's only going to be in 2, and since one is always going to be Canaria to prevent soft locks, there's only going to be one other shop in the world that sells it.
Prevent soft locks? I see what you did there.
You mean you see what Entroper did there?
Yes, I see that too.
Now, that was one of his early things that he set up, because it was trying to make as many of these seeds completable as possible, and believe it or not, that used to be a bit more of a struggle than we're used to these days.
That would probably frustrate me.
Plus 4 is not a common... What in the world?
Okay, so with these flag sets, we have something called Monster in a Box. And the Monster in a Box will be hiding an item or money, but never the key item. So, if your inventory is full of everything that you could possibly pull out of a box, it'll just tell you can't hold this item. And if you determine I need that, you make space for it, and then hope it's not a monster in a box. But if it is a monster in a box, then you gotta fight it to kill it to get the item. This is an interesting strategy that some armors have been doing, trying to avoid getting hung up on a really difficult encounter that just happened to be inside of a box. So I think it's a good idea for BurtReynoldz, especially because it was not expensive to do.
Yeah, it makes sense if you can do that on the cheap, but also those hammers are pretty decent at plus 4. They're not something you're going to normally think of as your go-to weapon, but if they get the job done, they get the job done.
I mean, it works in Mario Brothers. You see the tossing hammers everywhere there. But with all this magic, we don't need no hammer. Dengwoo making his way over to Crescent. Same with Burt. I think they're going to go visit the Circle of Old Men and see if they have any boats lying around.
The cube for sale, so we've got that known now. A Pro Ring +1 is a great find, but we're a little short on cash for those right now. Hey, level 6, that's really not going to be useful.
Temper level 6 also.
That's not terrible, but it's not great. You'll have enough for, like, Chaos, but you're not going to be able to just spam them at will.
It looks like we're getting Oxyl from the old men, so no boats for us. Looks like we're going to have to go make a trip to Ice Cave to find our ship.
We still have Marsh Cave as well, though with those trance wolves, I wouldn't be too eager about that. Just given where we are in the world, I'd actually love to go off sync a little bit and head to Volcano.
Volcano is a great place to find a lot of early gear. Get that money you probably you definitely need for that cube in the shop. That way you never have to come back to Crescent.
A good point in chat from our tracker Shadowed Flames that they've also got the pirates in Provoca. That's the long way around. What I really like about Volcano is how close it is, and the fact that we can just do that armory and have 3 trap tiles checked. All the armory treasures. It's close to us, and probably enough experience to really roll through anything at that point.
Absolutely. I like the check. Both runners are trying to get up enough money to go buy that cube so they don't have to try and do it again later. Don't know if Dengwoo was able to finance that, but it looks like he will likely be headed to Volcano.
There's also some pretty good experience on the overworld outside Crescent Lake, so it doesn't hurt to shop your encounters and see what comes, but looks like Dengwoo is going to make his way up to Provoca. There's multiple encounter zones out here, so if it's not too many steps from your hard reset, you may want to check out, see if you can get a 4-pack of Peds.
Could always be good. And on your way over to Provoca, I mean, you can see the Peninsula of Power from up here, so if you still need a couple levels or anything, you might go check that out. But we got some scorpions with sleep-inducing tails. And it looks like Bert's going to take that Volcano idea and run with it.
And those scorpions turn out to be a very shocking encounter as they blast us with Lit 3.
That's par for the course at this point. Alright, Bert checking the first of our chest finds, an Opal Shield.
We didn't need that encounter on the river, we don't need that encounter in the volcano.
And it looks like it's Monster in Box.
It's going to be a sentry fight. That's actually good news, they're pretty good experience.
If he can take them down.
Resisting the nuke, that's not good. Second
one. And that's pretty decent experience. Sadly, that was just a monster in a box and not a trap tile.
No, he took it for that Opal Shield to get a bunch of money.
Absolutely. Money would be good. I mean, if they find the floater and tail early, he might consider promoting, and that's a decent shield to have. Opal helmet +3, not bad either. Ooh,
Hydras were getting the river fights in here.
So that Hydra on a spike tile, that would be B side, wouldn't it?
So would the Caribes. Yeah. Lunch money with the Katana +3.
Well, they do both have a thief, so could be good for the ninja.
Still lunch money.
Still lunch money. Well, it didn't roll negative this time, so yeah, Katana +3. This is another wacky one.
I didn't see Dengwoo take the pirate fight yet, did he?
No, I think he just came over to start checking magic.
Question in chat, who's ahead? Chat is.
Chat's
Bracket level 2, that's fantastic.
Right behind Fire 3, that's not a bad find. I'm absolutely taking Fire 3 and Brack on everybody.
Yeah, we've got some diversity of AoE broken out over a couple of levels. That's always great. That's going to let you be pretty diverse in how you attack. The Seed. And Brack is great for bosses.
Shadow pointing out that Dengwoo did go beat up some pirates and got a tail from Vicky. We have black magic on the fighter, actually, Reese Wolf.
Ooh, back to his new favorite friends, the Scorpions. We saw them blast Lit 3 earlier. They gonna do it again? Oh, Dengwoo's gonna escape.
Alright, BurtReynoldz grabbing his tail from Bicky as well.
I feel like this is a nice cave move by him now, going after the key items, and he's gained a few levels along the way that it starts to make more sense to. It's just, how many nukes can you arm yourself with for Ice Cave? You're never gonna say, oh man, I just had too many nukes for that Ice Cave.
Yeah, it's just carrying around all these microwaves. I don't think I should go to Ice Cave. We'll wait. So far our magic being kind of a little stingy. Not horrible, though.
I'm really a fan of the magic. The only thing we don't have is the life spell or Warper Exit. We also don't have fast.
We found life at level 6, but I don't think anyone can get that for a while.
So
If at all.
We don't have life?
Yeah, we don't have life. We do know where it is.
But we don't have it.
Who needs a life anyway? Alright, I think...
Well, proven fact, parties that don't need it win the game more often than parties that do.
It's better to have and not need than need and not have. And it looks like Bert's also going to visit Ice. So both runners very, very similar routing decisions here.
Best to not need and not have, though. Really, the big difference is Bert snuck in that volcano dive and got a little more money for his trouble, got a little more levels for his trouble. Rebuy in the ice cave, that just doesn't seem right. He still has no weapon on that fighter.
Who needs weapons when you just have overwhelming amounts of nuke?
We don't have overwhelming amounts of nuke. If we had overwhelming amounts of nuke, that would be a very good point.
We're getting there. Slowly but surely. And if we find mad ponies with trance, this is great. Apparently the seed is very much out to make people dance.
There's a couple of scripts that enemies can have where multiple enemies have the same thing, and starting to wonder about that trance just because we saw it with the wolves earlier. I don't remember if there's 2 of them in the pool when you start, but the fact that you've seen it on 2 enemies suggests that's one of the multi-enemy scripts. There'll be 2 enemies that have the same script, and there'll be 3 enemies that have the same script every time you're playing. Currently.
Very interesting. Deng finding the ship real easy, though. He's probably gonna heal up and try to get out of here.
I think he'll check a little bit more while he's here.
Even in taking a wipe here, he still knows exactly where the ship is. It's fairly easy to get to. Sea snakes
Okay,
with
now he's going to be done with this race. He's going to be full get me out of here already, would you? Yeah, if anybody's heard me, they know I'm a fan of getting a couple of levels before you do stuff. It's a good example of why is that many you may not survive 6 cremates, but if you can survive 3 cremates, 4 cremates, that just makes such a huge difference.
Absolutely, and it looks like BurtReynoldz has his thief stoned. Don't know what caused that. But it could have been one of these Racer Eye Mages, maybe?
And there you go. So Bert hasn't even seen the ship. This could be powerful, actually, because Dengwoo knows where the key item is. Bert may end up checking everything else before he goes back to that room.
He did check the 2 chests up in the whole room on his way down.
Right, but that's the room that has the ship in it. He didn't see it because it's behind the trap tile. He wiped the first time. So I'm saying Dengwoo knows where the ship is. Bert does not. And if he goes shopping the other
check
treasure
the other
locations
ones
first, that could be an advantage for Dengwoo.
Right. That's an interesting call. I wonder if he'll do that.
Well, the idea of twice facing down 6 enemies that cast Cremate is not an appealing thought.
Mad Ponies.
Oh, there you
Brack.
go. The Mad Ponies have Brack and they have Toxic.
Alright, how many more times is Dane gonna throw his face into this cave?
That was Bird. That wasn't even Dengwoo. Well, they both had simultaneous.
Oh, no, yeah, they both simul wipes.
Have I mentioned I liked going down volcano first? No, I said nothing.
I probably would have checked March at some point, though, before coming all the way over here.
For Dengwoo, I feel like it makes sense to stick this out and try and make something happen because he knows the ship is here, and that's what starts to open up the world for him. Bert, it's still a 50-50. Does the world open up from Ice Cave or from Marsh Cave? And all of a sudden, Marsh isn't looking as bad when you see what this Ice Cave has.
The Center Sea is just brutal, and I'd probably attempt to find some easy levels in Volcano, and then make my way to some of these abusive places.
Right, Bert is going to get through the fight. He changed his party order so that the fighter would not be the one exposed. And it didn't work. He got stoned anyways. But he's still alive. And he is avoiding the snakes.
He is, exactly as you mentioned. So he's gonna probably check everything else in here. And then finally get back into... decide to go down and deal with the snakes.
You know,
question is if he manages
this is gonna be fascinating. You got the 6 here, and then you've got a whole nother floor. I could really see this go either way, but he's not gonna want to go through those ponies again. So we'll see what he does.
Think he might orphan this this chest entirely and decide to go down to Marsh first?
No, I'm saying I think he's probably going to risk the cremate snakes before wanting to fight the Mad Ponies again. So I think he'll go back up to the ice dragon room. And he's got a few more levels now, so he's got that much more HP. It's not gonna be great, but do you really want to go through those Mad Ponies again? You could walk back through this staircase, though, and the randoms here haven't been awful?
They've been okay.
I mean, the 2 things that have killed us have been the snakes on the trap tile and the ponies on the trap tile.
Well, Bert's on the next floor. Dang's gonna try the snakes one more time.
This is pure because he knows that it's there. I would have preferred to see one person cast instead of everybody running.
But he managed to get through it, so he can go touch the ship, and now he has to try and get out. Hey, Bert finds a bridge.
For Bert. So he knows that's not the item he's looking for. But he's
gonna walk out, camp up, and go back.
Wow. Okay, now he got levels. So he's saving the levels, he's saving the higher HP, and here he goes. Is he able to get through this time?
It's a really good play. I definitely think I would have done something similar. If I was
his boat.
Now he just
Dengwoo
has
got his boat, and he's going to try and get out of here.
Question is he going to touch more boxes? Of course. All right. Burt has been through everywhere except for what? One chest? Two, technically?
He's not seen the drop down, and he's not seen the two up in that ice dragon room that's left of where he is right now. Now, here's the other bad news for him. Because he's already got the party member down, that fighter is back to being the first slot for any stone targets. And Toxic comes out, takes out two, and he gets stoned with the other. So he still has not seen that that's the ship.
But he's constantly going for it, which is great, because he's going to need that ship in order to get anywhere useful.
Well, he knows the bridge is not progress. It happens to be here. It's 5% more experience, but it is not what he's looking for. It looks like Dengwoo got stunned by this undead party. Trying to get through.
I think he's decided to just go on and leave.
Chat wants to relitigate the what's bonus experience. My understanding is if it causes the fanfare, it's bonus experience.
Oh, BurtReynoldz got racked out. Dang, finding the bridge. He's excited about that.
It's a good news, bad news thing because, well, it's not what you wanted. It is 5% more experience, and you're going to argue with that.
And
but
you don't have to
no way he's going for that last box now. No. He just wants to get out of here, and this is probably what he did not want to see. This is the only random encounter that slowed us down.
But nuke goes off. I don't think this is going to become a problem. All right, and Deng escaping the ice cave with his boat, with the bridge. And several more levels than he started when he got in here. So now he's gonna head out and go grab his boat and probably go visit Marsh, because that has progression. We can already leave the inner sea. It could have anything it has is gonna lead us somewhere useful. Even if it's a ruby. That'll give them access to Sarda early. The floater would be great. Even a fetch quest at this point. The crown or finding the TNT, that would be fine.
So a big advantage now for Dengwoo, and it's growing bigger as BurtReynoldz leaves. This has got to be for him going to Marsh Cave. Because it's the only way that this can work out, is if progress isn't there, Dengwoo gets stuck, and I go to Marsh Cave first and get the progress.
Absolutely.
For Porter, it's still going to be a big play, so there's a path for this to work out for Burt.
If this is the floater, that'll take this advantage that Dengwoo has and just nullify it. The only benefit that would leave him is Dengwoo got through the ice cave first, so let's hope that this works out for Burt. I think he's going to go restock on items first, though.
Definitely got a shortage, and this is the seed where just levels are going to make a difference. So maybe you go back to that volcano and get more experience.
Burt grabbing that cube, so he has that at least. Yeah, volcano would be a good play right now. There's a good experience in there. You likely can get through and light an orb early on. You never have to come back to it. So I think it's a great idea. Just even with all the chests left in Volcano, if one of those has a ribbon, that's going to be huge.
Let's see what the play is for BurtReynoldz right now. This looks like he's going back to the inner sea. He is going to Marsh Cave.
Absolutely. I don't hate it. I mean, if I've wiped out of the same place multiple times and constantly beating my face against it, I need to do something else. I need to make progress. I need to do something different because this isn't working and it's driving me insane. getting Cure 3 on Dengwoo's side. So we at least got some restroom magic. I don't think actually that was White Mage or Red Mage learnable.
We also got Ice 3 out of the Black Magic side, which is very nice AoE to add to our collection. So we got offensive magic. We don't really have a lot of support magic. And we have runners going in to Marsh Cave. And what Burt doesn't know is that this is about the worst thing that could happen for him. Because even if he gets a floater first now, Dengwoo's going to be right there to get it too.
Dengwoo burning off a couple encounters, trying to get past all these trance wolves. Alright.
The funny thing is, we're doing Ice Cave and Marsh Cave, which are basically the two worst as far as script shuffle goes, because there's more different enemies to get a script and get something nasty.
There's the people are very much divided on whether you never ice or never marsh, and really, I think we all can agree that we really don't like going to either place ever.
The biggest thing with Marsh is it's just nice if you've got a warp or exit to get out of there faster. Ice Cave, you're going to an exit anyways. But in sort of the old meta, you wanted that transport spell for one of them. Either one of the transport spells for both of them, so that navigating them was a little bit faster. Same with ordeals, it was always preferred that you have warp if possible.
And both runners deciding top floor has nothing they want, they reset out of it, and they're both making their way down to the bottom floor, almost in sync with each other. Burt now has a slight lead on the exploration, and he's got a hero run, so look at him go. And it looks like Burt might be doing the backwards strats.
Its first room there is a linked treasure, so it doesn't make sense to check it. Because it's the room where there's two boxes in it anyway, so you're going to that room anyhow. Just getting that one would just be extra. Here, the room Burt is in, that's where the link is.
Good to know. I just always assumed that second box never had anything in it. Because every time I check it, it's gone. There's nothing there. But that's because I always stop by that first room. So now I know I can skip that.
Every box in the game is actually live. There is no such thing as an empty box. Every time you've seen an empty box, it's because it's linked and you got it from the other place. So even the notorious final floor of Volcano with all the empty boxes, they're not really empty, they're just linked.
That makes a lot more sense now. Can always count on trying to drop the knowledge.
What a tile this is. Those Frost Dragons look great in the early game, and they're somewhere around 158 HP. That's not that much, and I think we've got some Fire 3s to blast them with.
And a Pro Ring +1 in the box. That's great.
And they're not doing terrible damage either. This could be a great place to just grab a couple, get up into those mid-teens.
I would absolutely be, if I was Burt, I would be grinding this tile quite a bit. That way I can get down, get through those sea snakes with crewmate, and find out whatever's in that room. If that is, I don't find something much better in here, like a floater. And again, Burt doesn't know what's in the ice cave, so he's probably going to go back to it at some point, thinking that it's something he needs.
Yeah, this is just an amazing difference that you see from just the slight variance. Because Dengwoo saw the ship before he died, he knew he had to go back to there, because it was just way too likely that was his progress. Burt, not getting to see that room just happened to be it, Now he knows there's a 2/3 chance that there's an item there, but he has no idea what item or how important it could be. We're getting a lot of these monster in a boxes out of the way early.
If I recall, I think there's only 43 monster in a boxes.
I think it's just 40, actually.
Just 40?
I'm doing that from memory, but that number's stuck in my head.
Somewhere in the 40s.
43,
40 to 44.
Petty's number.
Ah. I wanted to say 42, just, because that's the answer, but I think that around 40. 40? Cool. 40 is the number of monster in the boxes. So we have found, what, 6, 7 of them by now? We've got a chime out of the
chime.
Well, that's good news for Deng. He can actually utilize that, go down to Ordeals, go over to Waterfall if he feels like it, or make your way to the desert and go get some early checks out of the Mirage Tower, maybe find if our incentive's in there, and be able to get some easy levels.
Burt just got the worst news he could, seeing that is in fact the chime. And the only thing I don't like about this is if you've got magic to use up, yeah, those Fire 3s, I would have loved to have used them on a couple more Frosties before leaving here. Because now you know what you have to get through. You know where you're going from here, and you're knowing what you're trying to do. And there's nothing else you can do except level right now.
The reason why I would hate to use up to spend any more time in Marsh is because I don't want to attempt to get out and then just get waylaid by trance wolves or anything else in here and cause even more time, because now I know I just wasted all this time coming all the way back here. I have to go all the way back to ice, and I have to go all the way back down. I hate this. I'm behind. I don't want to do this. That's what would be going through my head.
It's not time wasted, it's time invested. Now, he lost time in this because he's going to have to go back to Ice Cave. But realistically, it's only the walk from Marsh back to Ice that's wasted time. Or lost time, I should say. So it's not as big as it seems. In terms of any decision that he made, it's just the fact that he couldn't get by that trap. He looks like he might be going to Dwarf right now.
Is either going to go to Dwarf or go back to... No, Dwarf.
No, it wouldn't make any sense to go back to Marsh. I don't think. Because that's too far in to go for a trap tile. Canaria? Well, he's got the bridge, so he can walk up to Matoya as well, but not sure what he's aiming for this direction.
I don't think he bought any soft pots. So that's what he has to be doing here, is buying soft, yeah.
It's not that far to get back to Ice from here.
Especially now that you have the bridge.
The other thing I wouldn't mind seeing him do right now is actually go up to Matoya.
That would be great.
It seems weird to do that because you're thinking, I gotta get to that key item, but, well, what if there's a ribbon up there? What if there's a mage staff up there?
I mean, at the very least, there could be something very good in that box, even if it's just something that gives you another level. It's gonna
it could be a monster in a box that gives you another easy level. And that would not be bad at all either.
Alright, Deng is going to go purchase his cube because now he knows his next play is going to be the sky area.
I'm thinking he'll go Ordeals first just based on his levels.
Ordeals would be a good play. If it's not going to give you direct progress, it will give you a fetch quest that will lead to somewhere.
He does also have the waterfall open, and we got the Axial, didn't we? So we've got Sea Shrine.
We have everything we need to get to all our dungeons. Our dungeon items are solid, but we still need a key and a loot and 4 orbs.
All right, here goes Burt. He's back into the ice cave. He's been here before. He's taken several wipes. The 2 biggest roadblocks, we've got the Mad Ponies. They're firing off Toxic, they're firing off Brack, and they are smack dab in our way. They are the trap tile that's normally the undead in the vanilla game.
Not to forget,
by that, the room with the ship that Dengwoo is sailing around in, that's guarded by 6 sea snakes casting cremate. Burt's through the first hurdle. He survived the bracking ponies.
he didn't get tranced out by them either.
No, they both went for Brack, which was actually perfect because there were only 2 of them and they couldn't stop his whole party. Looks like Dengwoo is going for Sky.
Called it. Yes.
Here's the sea snakes. They fire off cremate. He got the turn order. He's about to get the boat. Burt cannot get out of here fast enough. Can he survive this encounter? They get initiative. They fire the cremate. He's got a lot more HP this time than he did before. They're attacking. They're not doing cremate like they were before. This is what he needs. Now can he just get out of this fight alive? Nuke is off. He's gonna make it. Ooh, 3 surviving's not good, but there's the other nuke and he's gonna be through.
Picking that thief up, making sure that thief was not stoned, was vital to getting through that, because that thief was able to run out of those mad ponies and run from the sea snakes the first time.
Well, it absorbed one of the bracks.
Yeah.
Didn't it? Because it was the thief and the knight that got bracked. So absorbing that and giving him 2 more party members that could run away instead of 1, well, I'm not going to do math while live on Twitch, but that is definitely improving your odds.
Never tell me the odds. Dengwoo checked one of the first chests, had dragon armor -2, maybe -3 in it. And he already has a tail, so if he can find an airship somewhere, he's probably going to go promote real quick. And
it's
then
looking like we're going to have a big fetch quest here at some point where we get like a ruby and it unlocks a crown and that unlocks a key.
Which gives us the TNT, which leads to the herb. And then that gives us an adamant, which gives us a bottle. And then that gives us a loot. Meanwhile, the crystal and slab give us our power bonk and white shirt.
Alright, Burt is going for his boat. He's through, he's saved. He's like, why game, why? And I really hope Dengwoo struggled with the same stuff I did.
Even then, you still gotta feel behind. There's just no good feelings here.
No, you have no idea what happened to your opponent, but you feel behind where you should be at this point. And yeah, one of my benchmarks is not so much how many items I've accomplished based on my time, but like, where are my levels based on my time? Because by 110, I want to be more or less done. Heal +3, that's a monster with class change. For absorbent, that's a monster. Heal +2, that's just a monster, period.
Alright, Deng now has a weapon. And an XCal -4. He found money.
Lunch money.
Not that he needs money anymore. That is huge. Coming here first was massive. And he's just going to take it all the way up to the top.
With that Masa, I don't think he's hurting for ability to get through here. I don't remember if he picked up Brack, but if you've got 3 casters of Brack to fire at Tiamat, you're gonna feel pretty good as you've got 2 casts each. But what is this trap tile? Ocho Caribe, that's not very good. Now, with this party, they aren't so much thinking level grind as you would a black belt, but you do still need enough levels to be durable in Temple of Fiends Revisited, etc.
I mean, getting some hit points under my belt would probably be my idea going into this, because I'm gonna need to weather a lot of hate and discontent just from all these awful mobs.
So Burt has gone to Castle Ordeals. He's finding his way through the pillar maze. Okay, this is not great for him. So, fun percent flags, you can shuffle enemy palettes. Unfortunately, the mummies and the whiz mummies look exactly the same. The reason that's unfortunate is you can't tell how good the experience of that fight is, whether or not you want to take it, because there is a huge difference in 1 whiz mummy and 4 whiz mummies.
Hashtag never palette shuffle.
I actually like palette shuffle, I just will never mix it with name shuffle, because then there's times I'm in fights and I have no idea what I'm up against.
That's a good point.
Mage Fighter, and Burt says this is some decent experience, and he's going to invest in that.
Well, he's already run into mages, and they didn't seem too scary. So as long as his fighter goes down, and he did, it's not too bad.
Just real quick, he just did a couple of fights there. Found a whammy pillar that took him back to the start, so... Did you just go down to the same pillar again?
He's probably a little bit tilted. Is it gonna be pillar number 4?
I'll go 3.
Sometimes if I've already checked 2 of them and I'm not finding anything, I go pillar 4. Just in case.
It was 2.
Nice.
And he's through. So we looked out on that one. A light axe plus 2 is a very nice find, because that's actually a very good fighter weapon right now. Plus it's the AoE of the harm too.
That'll be great if you run into any other undead packs, especially to save on some spell charges.
It's a lot of angry wolves, but Burt is just gonna nuke them out of the way.
Found a giant -4. And some zombie dragons.
That is a great encounter for experience. It is RNG that you can get the 1 to 2 zombie dragons as a rare encounter here. Simultaneous monster in boxes. Here come the Saurias with Mute, which is going to make them very unpleasant because you can't nuke them.
And he doesn't have a Masa, so you can't slash him very well either.
Dragon Sword -1, not fantastic, but I don't think he actually has a better fighter weapon right now.
Well, he's
got
built up on
Katana, but it's one, it's not to a class change. 2, it's not a fighter weapon.
Burt forgetting that he checked that box up top, so this box I know is linked to the first box in that room on the other floor.
And there's Power Gauntlet, and right now Burt's just got to be feeling like the choices aren't working out well. Ooh, is that an RNG?
RNG.
Okay. They are nice to find RNG. Burt, though, has got this Angry Shark and Zahag tile. That's actually a spicy little fight. That's pretty good with how many enemies you got if you can clear them out with a nuke.
And we do have plenty of charges of lightning, so...
Yeah.
But Burt...
I'm talking about all these encounters as if I would be stopping and fighting every single one. That's not necessarily the case. It's just like, when you're looking for something good enough to keep your momentum rolling the rest of the way, I'm still eyeing for stuff like that.
Burt now gonna try the on-rack. This will be our further divergence.
Question in chat, where did Dengwoo get the Masamune? He's gone to Sky Castle. He found it in the greater than less than room. Burt has not been that way yet. He went to Ordeals first, has found the Power Gauntlet that Dengwoo does not yet have, and I'm gonna stab in the dark here and guess that Dengwoo's probably never getting that.
Probably not. I mean, if you don't have to go there, don't go there. So a quick recap is we started off by running into the worst early mobs: wolves with trance, mad ponies with frack, sea snakes with cremate. Both runners decided to go to ice over marsh. Dengwoo pulled his ship out. Burt kept beating his face against it. Eventually went all the way to marsh to get some levels, and we found the chime in marsh. So Burt knew he had to go back to ice in order to pull the ship out, which he has. Since then, we've been running around the outer areas of the world. Dengwoo decided to go for the early sky play, and Burt went ordeals, and now on-rack. I think
So
we're caught
far,
up.
Dengwoo has not pulled a key item out of here yet. He pulled the moss, though.
Got a
And
slab from the robot,
Slab out of the waterfall.
but found
There's a ribbon.
A ribbon. -3, but I mean, come on. Ribbons are great.
French vanilla ribbon there. Same room, wrong box.
You'd love to see it.
Dengwoo can only dream of seeing things because his entire party was put to sleep.
Well, now he gets a second chance to dream good dreams. He looks pleased with it, as you can tell by the constant head shaking.
This is just a seed that is going to make you feel off your game. And one of the things you have to get your mind right as a runner and say, okay, well, this seed is a bad seed for both of us. This is a bunch of roadblocks for both of us, so I just gotta play the best I can and see how it works out.
All right. And I think we're going to find... No. We found a program.
That is not a bad find at all. But not quite what you were looking for.
Nope, I was hoping to find my flutter. Because right now the only thing I'd want to do is get through here, get some extra mobility, and be able to just start knocking out everything all the fetch quests that it's gonna start throwing me down. All right, and Burt gonna go.
He's got to go Sky now. It's his only other place he can go.
Well, he has an Oxio. He could go do C.
And there's the herb.
I do believe you called that one.
Well, I said it would be a fetch quest.
True, but you started off saying herb. We got exit at level 7. Fame and Quake at level 7 as well. Alright, so Burt gonna go do Sea Shrine, see if you can find some progression in here. And,
again, we're back to a point where there's a chance here for this to work out well for Burt. And we've been in that position before, it just hasn't so far. But if this is the floater, Dengwoo's probably going to chase that herb fetch quest first. So, if he... There's a path this can work out very well for Burt. His levels are close. The actual progress isn't that far off. We'd be talking about an orb apiece.
Speaking of orb, we got Dengwoo about to take the fight to Tiamat. We did some shuffling around.
He's got brack for days.
We're gonna brack. We're gonna
throw out a big AOE. This is all but done.
We're
gonna get it decent.
BurtReynoldz finding a nice +1 shield.
We've definitely been short on the shield pickups, so that's not an unfortunate find at all.
Especially since we don't have the means to go promote yet. So grabbing that ice shield is going to be good until we can use the opal shield later.
A big moment here. Does Dengwoo go for ordeals because he's close? Does he go for herb because it's there? And this is feeling more like ordeals based on how he's sailing, because he'd be going south for the herb instead.
Absolutely. He's going to do ordeals and get the bad news. Then again, to turn in the herb, you just have to go north from ordeals. So, this is not a bad play.
You'd actually be better going south.
Really?
Yes, Matoya's in the center of the world.
But then you'd have to walk all the way down there, and ordeals could have something useful for you. I would have taken the same path Deng did, just so I could hit both places on the way. Because if the herb turns into something else, we got the loot on Bert's side in Sea Shrine.
We also had our second ribbon up in the Sharknado room, so that is another very useful find that's going to make his party significantly more durable.
Absolutely. But finding, if that herb doesn't turn into something great, then going all the way by foot from Matoya down to the Elf King, and then Prince rather, and then all the way back to my boat would feel bad.
Yeah, voting for Pillar 4. We already know it's Pillar 2 because Burt already did this. Dengwoo's going to be rewarded with the Power Gauntlet here.
But there's that sea snake with Creamhead again. However, we have 2 ribbons now, so we're feeling a lot more sturdy. Those sea snakes aren't going to be causing too much problems anymore.
Levels are significantly better, as well as Dengwoo just hit level 20 on his party.
That feels good. At this point, sub-hour, level 20, that's pretty decent.
Dengwoo is through the maze. Now he gets rewarded with all the stuff. That's a big random encounter with the big eye. So of course Burt is running away from it.
He's got sushi to deal with. Calamari, with all the nukes he's going to be throwing.
He doesn't have Brack.
Oh,
He's got to do this the hard way. Oh, there we go.
He has Bracks.
There we go. He's got 2 people with Brack. Dengwoo had 3.
Throwing up the fog too, which is actually in place of Invis, pretty decent.
First try, no. Second try, broken into pieces. That's the same success rate Dengwoo had with Tiamat.
That must feel good for Burt. It's so nice to have an orb lit under an hour. You got through. You got your key item. You got this done. You never have to come back here again. That's got to feel great.
Yeah, this section of the world is done for him now. He's got to go to Sky next because, again, he's out of other place.
But going to Sky, not a horrible plan.
No, and his levels are very decent for this now. I think he's around 18, 19 for most of his party.
Faster to sail east to get to Sky or west? Because I would think west.
Probably east, just because of where the dock is, and you don't think about it, but you've got that long southern peninsula for Lefane.
That's very true.
The sailing around that probably does make going east faster.
Especially because sailing around that could cause you to get a little bit lost. I know it causes me to get a bit lost. Deng pulling his power gauntlet out of the chest.
And there's value in not being lost, so if you're more comfortable doing one versus the other, then that's just going to pay off. Here goes Burt into Sky, so he is going to find that Masamune and be happy for that. And then he is going to find his herb, which we now know is our progress block. What it leads to, we're going to find out soon enough, because that's all... Well, Dengwoo could still go to sea first, but... Man, I want to know what that herb is.
Me too. He is in the area 4C, but a quick sail north and you can walk up, turn that in, and see where it goes.
South. You want to sail south to Matoya.
Why Matoya?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're right. I apologize. I was thinking Matoya. We do want to go elf. We get the herb from Matoya.
But
okay.
No, we're gonna go do C first. I honestly would have gone and turned in the herb, because from where I was at Ordeals, it's a quick trip.
Yeah, it actually would have been faster. But he's going to finish the entire northern continent with this Sans slab check. Which obviously can't block the floater.
There's Bert's Masa +2. That Masamune is gonna be so huge. He's gonna feel great.
Looks like Dengwoo's gonna go waterfall first. Where he save? Well, never mind. I was thinking if he leaves a save there, he could even just reset out of the waterfall with no exit, no warp, and save a whole bunch of time getting back if he doesn't like what he finds. But there's a ribbon here, and he's gonna want that.
Absolutely. Not only that, but there's also the slab, and considering where everything else has been, the slab is likely gonna hide something important. Question from the chat by why does Burt have so many iron hammers? It's because this way he can avoid any monster in boxes hiding behind a weapon that he doesn't want to see.
Dengwoo, you're gonna want these boxes. You have no idea how much you want these boxes, Dengwoo.
Why he hesitated there, I'm not sure.
He was waiting to see if the robot would walk to him, and then he would be able to skip the trap dial.
Ah. Alright, Dag not horribly pleased about that slab. But,
he's feeling better about this.
Like, oh, great, a slab, wonderful. Oh, a ribbon. Oh, okay.
That makes things better.
Alright, trying to remember where the herb was.
One of the 4-box rooms. I believe it's the one north on the window floor.
Ah, yes, okay. So we're a little bit further away.
The window doesn't get a lot of love. Which is kind of funny since I once found a glitch there that had been in the game for we don't know how long. Or in the randomizer. I was not doing a race, I was just doing like a tutorial playthrough. And I went to look out the window and found out that the text wasn't there.
Interesting.
And then the devs put it back because they're awesome. But it's like, it wasn't just that, it was like the wells, they have that custom message about wash your face. And those were broken. And we have no idea how long they were broken, but turns out they were broken, and we never noticed because we were always racing.
Yeah, who has time to wash their face? I'm in a race. I gotta go fast.
Burt gets the RNGI, that's always a welcome sight.
I see what you did there. Alright, Dengwoo is getting stocked up for his journey down into Sea Shrine.
Puns are in the eye of the beholder. Ooh, a second one. Dengwoo will have no trouble here. There was nothing particularly dangerous in C that we observed earlier.
Why did he go back and talk to the pirate?
I think he just wanted to off the pirate. I think that was just revenge for something.
Yeah, perhaps. Perhaps he kept him from walking through the magic shops one too many times. Now, I think those are metal slimes.
Yes.
Cool. It's hard to tell because they looked like mucks.
We are in the right dungeon for them. That was an RNG encounter.
I mean, I would have taken it. That's a lot of decent experience there, and I have plenty of fire.
He did nuke and run strats, and it just didn't work out great. On the other hand, he keeps getting these eyes, and that is working out great.
I mean, the end is within sight. He's probably just going to focus on going shortly after he finds that herb.
Yeah, he's gained enough experience now that you're not needing to make a dedicated effort. You do actually want a couple more for a fighter just to make sure you're getting optimal swings from the Masamune.
Those nachos look horrifying.
Palette Shuffle could do that.
I don't even know what palette that got taken from.
I wasn't paying enough attention at the time.
Kind of looked like Carrie, but hard to tell.
Chad is hoping for Warmech because they observed that Burt is on a different place in the encounter cycle than Dengwoo is, because Dengwoo did not see this many eyes.
I don't think he even saw any metal slimes either. So our chances to find our favorite Warbot chicken is pretty up there.
Alright, here's the room for Burt.
And there's the herb.
He found this faster than Dengwoo did. He didn't check as many boxes, so he should actually be able to get through Sky a little bit faster than Dengwoo did.
Absolutely. And he needs the time help that he can get.
There's those sea snakes. They guarded our ship, and it was our progress in the early game. It held up both of these runners in the ice cave, and they had to go through another nasty encounter of a traptile with toxic mad ponies that also liked to brack. That kept our runners bottled up for a good while in the early game. Dengwoo got through there first, got his boat. Now he gets his wind chime. Is he gonna get that second ribbon out of Sharknado? It's right on the way. And he's gonna get it.
He's excited about that find also.
Yeah, I think you're done box hunting in here now, because you can't get much better. There's a katana +3.
That's his first katana +3 as well.
Yeah, he did not have weapons. Burt found the other one, and I forget where at this point.
Oh, ice cave.
Okay, yeah. Dengwoo was go-moding out because he had his boat, and he was not going to mess around with that.
Speaking of go-moding, we have Brack coming out for Burt's side on Tiamat. Didn't he have
not good RNG for him. He's this is round 3, I think. He may actually get desperate and have to go to Maso strats, but he doesn't. Brack works. Orb 2 for Burt. Dengwoo about to counter him on the other side. So at this point, both have 2 orbs, both have all their progression that they can get, and it looks like Burt is actually going to be the first one to turn the herb in. So for as much time as Dengwoo gained early after getting that ship, just realize that Burt may actually be slightly ahead right now.
There's not much holding either of them back. They have the same herbs, they have all the same items. Burt has really caught up in a big way. His execution has just been phenomenal. Excellent. It's been great.
And really the only thing you can say for Dengwoo is he's got a couple of levels, and he's right there as well.
All right, and it looks like Burt's going to be the first to turn in the herb. What's in the box?
There's no box.
Well,
There's a prince.
it's a key. It's a vanilla key. I mean, that's actually a good place to find it.
You say that, but now we have to go to Canaria. And there's not a good way.
That's a very solid
if
point.
it ends up being the floater, you've also got to go back there. So it looks like Bert's going to go the Provoker route. I wouldn't hate killing Carrie right now either. There's nothing stopping us. We're already here, and we just have to come back later.
Dengwoo's gonna do the sail around the continent route. I think I would have walked. I would have walked around past dwarves back to back there because we found the bridge. Not that the bridge is needed.
Are we gonna go Earth Cave?
I think we're. I don't know what he's planning on doing.
This has got to be Earth Cave. We don't have the ruby.
I don't.
We're just about it.
Yeah, I think so too. We're over here.
It makes sense. We got the keys, so with
all
key
we have to do is fire.
We don't actually need floater.
And it's pretty easy to get over to Volcano from the inner sea, even still. So, yeah, I think this works out great because he can go take care of Earth, sail back to inner sea, go turn in the key, and then go take out Carrie, and just find a place to get my levels. Check Northwest Castle traps and Toph traps.
Now, Burt has mostly been on 3-man as he finds the defense sword, and that's a big find.
Huge find. It rolled neutral, too.
Burt's been 3-man most of the way. Dengwoo's really had his 4 characters the whole time, so he's got a little bit more spread across the whole party. Burt's is more specialized to those 3. And I say that, and actually his level looks pretty decent on that thief.
Alright, let's see how fast Carrie goes down. Well, not that fast, considering she just slowed everybody. But 4 hits, 658 damage out of that Masa. That was huge.
That's plenty of damage, and orb number 3 for BurtReynoldz. Now he's going to have to go to the Earth Cave. Dengwoo is still going to have to go to Volcano. When he finishes here, he's actually want to go into the inner sea. That'll be the easiest way to line up the boat.
So, Burt is going to take the long...
This is where his boat is.
Oh.
Now he's got to go over to Earth Cave.
Dengwoo expecting to speed bump Lich, and Lich is a little beefy this time around.
But is defeated, and that's orb 3 for Dengwoo. Burt going to Earth, Dengwoo going to Volcano. It's the inverse play. Well, he should have Quaked, as chat argues what spell he should have used. We just didn't have Quake.
Yeah, Quake
this
is
the right play for
level
Dengwoo.
7.
You go to the east of the Elves and get into the river system there. That's your closest you can get to Volcano. Looks like he is going to check the key, though, to see what he gets. I mean, it could still be... Well, it can't be the white shirt because it's got to be some form of progress. So it's probably a fetch quest item.
Yeah, we're looking at crown, could be TNT, adamant, ruby, bottle. Well, can't be bottle.
May end up regretting this extra checking though when he comes back to this.
Aegis plus -3. It's a floater. That means he can go promote. He can make use of that Aegis and that dragon armor he picked up, or go for the opal equipment as well.
I wouldn't hate it. It kind of feels bad right now, though, because... Well, you know, I think you do it because it's just as fast to go to Volcano, if not faster. So I do think you're redeeming the floater. I'm just not sure you're going for class change, though.
You can always class change afterwards as well.
Well, then you've got all 4 orbs, and it's just... Your levels are there, your equipment's good enough, you've got the ribbons, you've got the masa. I think you're just Flutter, Volcano, Topher. And just because this makes the overworld travel a little bit better doesn't make it worthwhile to me.
But he's going to go for it. I don't hate it. I like
if
it.
that's what you think you need, then you do it. Because it's always, what tools do you need to complete?
I would promote. I would make sure that all the gear gets turned around. I can take that ribbon off of the knight because now he has the Aegis, the dragon armor, pro rings. Like we can put that ribbon on someone else if we needed to.
And chat doesn't hate that he's going to get the +3 katana as well.
That +3 katana on our ninja is going to be helpful. Our ninja doesn't get any spells for promoting, but we do have the knight now, who not only has the black magic spells, but now has access to a couple levels of white magic if we need it.
Now, Burt is without question going to get into Temple of Fiends first. Because all he's got to do is finish this Earth Cave. Although, I don't know what he's looking for. I don't know what he's looking in these boxes for.
That's a good
You've
question.
got 2 ribbons. You've got Masa. I just don't understand what he was looking for here.
He might be hoping for another ribbon. It's the only thing I can think of besides levels.
Levels I could understand. I mean, this is a monster tile. This is Fire Floor Temple of Fiends Revisited formation, where it's... I can't remember if it's 1 to 2 fire giants or just the 1 fire giant, but it's up to 3 Agamas, and that's big. But he only came to this because he was looking here for treasures, so I'm very curious what he's looking for that he would have made this play to begin with. Especially with ribbons, though, that's going to be very solid levels at this point.
Absolutely. I'm wondering if Dengwoo's gonna go back to Elfland and pick up life on his knight. Or not life, sorry, Cure 4.
Where it is, it's almost certainly going to be a play you'd make.
Well, he's picking up Temper, which is going to be helpful.
It's got that power gauntlet that we got from Ordeals. Now, Burt doing this level grind offers Dengwoo a chance to make some time up if he's willing to be satisfied with the lower level. I wonder how high Burt is going to take this, though. He's already optimized his Masa swings. He's not going to go high enough to get a 6th swing.
No, I would probably stop at around 24. Anywhere from 24 to 26. 26
I actually think this might be a play for the Red Mage level at this point. Get that max HP up a little more just for durability. That spell charges are really the only things he could benefit from right now.
The spell charges would be great. Would be even better if he was promoted for them. But
Volcano is a very fast dungeon to go mode. Dengwoo is already through all the riffraff floors. Here comes Carrie. Burt's on the charge. To the Fiend of Earth, Lich. But we are not going to have a runner high five on the Fiends this time. Dengwoo is on to carry.
And carries
7 hits from that carry.
Yeah, but he's beefy. He can handle it. And down goes carry.
Yeah, well, one of the hidden benefits we didn't really talk about is if you place the Aegis shield on the knight, you now free up that ice shield for a ninja. So a little better defensive equipment for Dengwoo's ninja than BurtReynoldz' thief.
That's very true. Being able to withstand some more hits and just fight through anything that comes at you will definitely be a benefit later on.
Now, oh, by the way, Dengwoo couldn't NPC guillotine those bats because, unfortunately, they have 2 lines of dialogue, so they're not susceptible to the NPC guillotine, as it currently stands.
One day.
Maybe. Maybe they'll just leave it.
Could. And Burt gets all 4 of his orbs lit.
Dengwoo the first to get in here. He's picked one of the 2 to check. I actually like the one on the right more, because in the PSP remake it's an elixir. Which is actually pretty important to my solo character runs I do there, so it's sentimental to me.
Alright, Burt is going to restock, and we should be seeing him get over to top real quick. I wonder if he's going to check Corneria.
Maybe you do just for the 5 experience. 5% experience bonus.
Maybe, but
when you're right here, and if you happen to pick up a free ribbon there, that doesn't stink either. But it's a pretty low percentage play. Nah, he's gonna go.
Yeah. No use needing it, because you have your levels. You got everything you need. The only thing you would hope out of there would be a white shirt, but it won't be a white shirt, and you know that it's not gonna be. So, let's just go.
Yeah. It has to be progress of some kind. And the most likely thing is that it's another fetch quest item, be that the crown, be that the crystal, or the ruby even. So,
right.
If you're, without even doing math, you can just say, okay, this is a low percent play.
So even with Deng going out and doing everything, and Burt taking all those levels, we're just like a floor behind each other right now.
I think a big difference is Burt has worked this encounter table a little better than Dengwoo has.
And he's taking less monster in the box
per dungeon. That really adds up.
Because his inventory's been full with iron mallets this whole time, he's taken a lot less monster in the boxes. And Dengwoo is through Lich 2.
Burt is not far behind. He's gotten past the loot. But it is Dengwoo's lead right now. Onto the floor of fire, where Carry 2 awaits. Carry 2 can swing a lot of damage.
I don't think she's going to get much of a chance. Oh, but she throws Blizzard.
Giving us the cold shoulder, but everybody survives.
Now, we did pick up life, but we did not get Cure 4. But hey, we got the Quad X off on Gary. I didn't even see him pick that up.
Yeah, he did some prep work coming in here, and had both mages going off with the Quad X, figuring that enough damage was in there. Obviously correct, and it worked. Dengwoo's on to the sea floor as Burt is entering the fire floor. Now, he should slow down a little bit here over these next 2 floors just because he got so many fewer encounters on the early floors. And these could be some nasty ones to get him on, too.
Absolutely. All right, Burt now on his carry fight, as Dengwoo is approaching Kraken 2.
Burt has some more stats going into his stuff, so it's big swing from Masamune, able to one-round it with the 2 nukes.
Very well done. That's going to save him a lot of time, as long as he can get away from these water nagas.
Dengwoo gonna invest nukes into blasting this Kraken. I like it. Go for the damage race. Kraken gonna fire off the Ice 3.
Another nuke goes out. It's not
A lot
quite
of
done yet.
resisting the nukes, though. Low damage from it.
Did not get
Quad
the
X
quad
not
X.
enough. Maybe lost because of turn order. Well, it didn't matter because, yes, the Masamune crit would have done it anyways. He's a little low on the healed pots, but should have enough.
He's
Does
just
not
gotta
want to
get-
see a big AoE damage like Nuclear, though.
And Burt just getting into his Kraken fight. He is speeding up.
Yeah, I keep expecting the encounters to slow him down, but they're not doing it. It just really seems like Burt's worked this better.
We lost our red mage. That was the only other warrior that had levels on Burt's side. But it's not going to matter. Down goes our thief, and down goes Kraken 2. We're left with just our fighter and our black mage. It's not looking great for Burt going
Now,
into
but he's also got that defense, so don't forget that. He has some survivability because of that.
that and the power bonk. He could solo this. But he still has to get through Tia 2, who Dengwoo is fighting right now, and he's getting prepped. I don't think Dengwoo found that defense sword.
No, I believe that was Agama room in Volcano.
Ah, that's correct. Dengwoo just going for the straight up nuke everybody and swing with a katana +3.
Going for the Quad X again. Terminated! Dengwoo getting some work out of that Quad X.
Now, Burt has several levels on Dengwoo, and he is through Tia.
Burt actually has a higher level Knight because of that Agama Red Giant grind. Dengwoo's got more party levels.
Tiamat coming out with poison damage, didn't do enough. Got nuke. And I think we started off with, ouch, that thunder hurts, defense sword. Dengwoo's on Kraken. And we broke Tia too.
Wow, that is not a high percentage play at all.
And it looks like Dengwoo is tempering his ninja.
That may be because he's got the power gauntlet on the Knight and he's not as worried about it, or he's using the Knight as a damage sponge.
I think he's
Fire
going...
off the nukes, I don't hate that either.
There goes our knight. This
Very
goes
good
for-
hits from the ninja there, 400 damage.
Down goes red mage.
This feels like a race against time against this chaos for Dengwoo. He's gonna win the damage war. Burt is on the fight. If he gets the defense up, depending on how much magic this has, this could be big. Big hit
hits out of that ninja. We're down to just ninja.
Chaos.
And there it is.
700 damage and Chaos is terminated. Dengwoo takes it down.
Get your GGs in. Burt not going to be very far behind.
Now he's set up well, but it looks like he may have stopped there.
That was it. He decided, nope, that's the
And I'll
win.
use-
Wow. All right, let's see if we can get them in for interviews.
Chad, what was your favorite moment of the race? Inquiring minds want to know. You know, it looked like Dengwoo had a big early advantage because of getting that ship when Burt had to go all the way to Marsh Cave. I'm guessing, Dengwoo, you already heard about that in the chat, but that was a very close one in the end, with Burt making incredible time through Temple of Fiends. How you feeling right now? All right, we'll give Dengwoo another minute to get everything working. So again, a blazing pace through that Temple of Fiends for BurtReynoldz, and then it just kind of came apart with the Tiamat fight that Dengwoo was able to survive in better shape and take that all the way to Chaos. You with us now, Dengwoo?
Yeah, I had my mic muted. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Yeah, well, wow. That was very, very, very close. Ice Cave was fun. That was fun. I wish I had the defense sword, because Chaos decided to punch, and it two-shot my knight up front. So that's kind of terrifying.
That was Agony Room and Volcano, and we know that because Burt had it.
Oh, that is so unfortunate. Yeah, I mean, I knew I was up against Burt. He's a very quick runner, and I don't know if he had wiped before or not, but I don't know. Did he? Or is that his first time in?
You did see Toxic from the Mad Ponies, right?
Yes.
And you did see Cremate from the Sea Snakes, right?
Oh, yeah.
Burt had a lot of wipes.
Yeah, it took him so much longer to... He didn't even see the ship like you did on your first time through. So he, after several wipes, decided to bounce over to Marsh, found the chime, and then realized he had to go all the way back to Ice Cave. So it was a little heartbreaking.
I mean, it was something that was, like, I even pointed to the camera and I said, I'm doing this one more time. And I went down and I said, okay, well, I'm going to put the thief up front. You saw me check my luck. I'm like, maybe we get lucky. And we did. I was like, all right, thanks, thief up front. And I kept him the entire time.
He definitely did the job. In fact, we saw that you made him pretty much the main damage dealer. What was your reasoning for that?
The katana. At the levels that I was at, the katana had 5 hits, which is one over the Masa. So just use it. Use the knight that had temper. I had power bonk. I can easily power bonk temper his way up very, very quickly and rely upon the crit.
It was a very close play. That knight almost didn't, or the ninja almost didn't survive near the end there. But it worked out, and it worked out very quick. Burt was less than a minute behind, I think, if he kept going. And if something bad happened on that Chaos fight, this could have been a totally different outcome.
Oh yeah, I mean, it looked like he got a brack on Tiamat, which helped because Tiamat was tanky enough that was taking. I think it took. I had a power bonk and 2 tempers in on my ninja, and it only did like 500 damage, so I can only imagine how much he would have dealt with his Masa without that brack. So, I mean, either way, heck of a race. I hope everybody enjoyed it, because when I hopped in to watch it, I went, "Oh, this is spicy." All right.
Dengwoo, were you actively trying to quad X All the Fiend Revisited?
Not actively, but paying attention to how much damage we're doing. And doing it, because it's generally quicker and it's less likely of a nuke low rolling and not killing it. So, yeah, I don't know. I like the Quad X. I love Quad X, and it's a lot of fun to erase fiends. So why not?
Any regrets about not drafting a black belt in this one?
I mean, the black belt was really good at like plus 15% hit. Burt drafted a fighter right away, I think. Yeah, drafted the fighter right away, and I was like, draft me my thief and draft me my black mage. Let's see what goes on.
What did you think about having all those black mage spells on the fighter when you promoted?
Right away, it was amazing. I almost thought about going fighter black mage for that reasoning. I was just gonna go those two, and then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep the thief just in case. And I made all the way to provoke, and I got the nuke, and I was like, you know what? I can just run nuke. And the thief ended up being my MVP, getting me through a lot of stuff and helping me to kill chaos and Tiamat relatively quickly. So I can't argue with that.
Well, Dengwoo, any thoughts about moving forward in the tournament now?
I'm scared. Help!
But
What was I thinking? Why did I beat Burt? I should just have Burt win. Like, what is this? Now I gotta play a best of 3 against more good players. Ah, crap.
You have a whole new seed to be practicing too. And
Yeah,
Can you ever really practice enough for a Danny seed, though?
no. Thanks a lot, Danny, for the sea snakes with cremate protecting some. By the way, I have never been ambushed so much in Ice Cave. Thanks a lot, Danny. Thanks.
any thoughts about going
Low for
against-
Ice Cave. What do you expect?
What are your
Expect
thoughts
everything
about
to be a cakewalk?
Rubes next?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What are your thoughts about having to go against Rubes next week? Or whenever
I
you guys-
mean, he's an up-and-coming runner. I don't know a whole lot about it because, well, I'm not a Wilkliosis that does a lot of research on runners. So I'm sure he's got something spicy planned for me, and I'm going to be like, wow, I should have planned better. And I got to learn to... My memory's got to get better, all right? Town Shuffle is going to be awful for me. I'm going to forget where Onrek is, guaranteed.
You know, there is such a thing as taking notes.
No, I gotta go fast. Speed and power. I learned that from Lord Fizzlebeef. Oh, and that is trademarked by Lord Fizzlebeef, by the way. Speed and power.
By the way, in chat, Danny loves you with a heart.
Aww. I don't feel the love at all, Danny. Thanks a lot for that seed.
Well, Dengwoo, any final thoughts on this one?
I definitely wish. Final thoughts. GG to Burt once again. Heck of a runner. I'm glad to be in front of that player when I entered Topher and stuff like that. That means I actually did well. But you know, he proved he was a very quick runner and caught up very quickly. Thanks to RPG Limit Break. Thanks Triton. Thank you, Nightmare Phoenix, for doing the commentating. I don't know who the tracker is, but thank you for that. And the streamer Lord of the Fence, appreciate it.
Shadowed Flames doing the tracking.
Oh, Shadowed. Oh, thanks, Shadowed. You're all right in my book. But thank you all, everybody.
Which takes care of what I was going to say, other than we're looking forward to a lot more racing tonight. In fact, we have another race that is just getting started. I think that's what we'll be hosting. So, Nightmare Phoenix, anything you want to say as we wrap this?
Just the standard plug of if you enjoyed the show, you enjoyed the idea of this game, come check us out at FinalFantasyRandomizer.com. We have a Discord link there. There's some of the chat. You can come get your feet wet with the Duckling Bootcamp that's happening, and come join our growing family. It's a lot of fun.
Good night, everybody.